the 8th of December 1941. With the American fleet still smoldering in the waters of Pearl Harbor, Japanese bombers unleashed the fury of war upon the Philippine Islands.
The Japanese had set their sights on neutralizing the American presence in the Philippine archipelago, which of course had been property of the United States since 1898 Spanish-American War.
The target for the Japanese attack was the island of Luzon, the principal island in the Philippine chain, home to the capital city of Manila and the focus of American military power in the archipelago. Japanese air raids quickly destroyed the American naval and air force installations on the island. In late December, General Masaharu Homma prepared to deliver the coup de grace by bringing a 50,000-man invasion force to the shores of Luzon. With over 100,000 troops of their own, the American-led force on Luzon wasn't outnumbered, but it was outgunned.
We were coming out of a time warp, in effect. The artillery were World War I cannon and even pre-World War I cannon. The rifles were old, the equipment was old, the hand grenades wouldn't explode. We could look at Bataan as the last battle of World War I and the first of World War II.
Realizing early on that the Philippines would be difficult to defend against the Japanese attack, the war planners in Washington had sought out an American hero, retired General Douglas MacArthur. Commanding his army from headquarters on the fortress island of Corregidor, MacArthur initiated a long-standing war plan for defending the Philippines from Japanese invasion. It was known as War Plan Orange.
This plan called for American and Filipino forces to back down a peninsula that was on the western side of Manila Bay, a peninsula that, of course, is called Bataan.
Bataan is a jutting landmass of jungle-covered mountainous terrain that, along with Corregidor, guards the entrance to Manila Bay. According to War Plan Orange, American forces on Luzon would mass here. Their mission: to hold out long enough for the American Navy to steam across the Pacific with the men, supplies and firepower needed to send the enemy back to Japan. But there was one major problem with War Plan Orange. Recent events in Europe had convinced President Franklin Roosevelt to focus America's resources on defeating Hitler first. The US Navy would not be coming to the rescue of the men of Bataan.
The men on Bataan were living under a false pretense. And this went straight up the line of command through General Wainwright, through MacArthur. All of them believed that the United States was going to send reinforcements within 4 to 6 weeks.
The reality was that there would be no resupply, there would be no reinforcement, and they would have to fight with what they had.